What's going on, y'all? I want to bring something to your attention that the ancient ones has enlightened me on, that there is puzzles that Leonardo da Vinci has left, hidden puzzles of messages coded, that this really amazed and caught my attention. That this painting, they said, is one of the last paintings of Leonardo da Vinci, the Virgin and Child, right, with Saint Anne or Saint Annie. One thing that caught my attention is the eyes. I like to pay attention to. You'll notice that in what's supposed to appear to be Anne, right, that person who you see with the veil is not a woman, but rather is a man. And I'm going to explain. Because that face is masculine, you see, and the gesture is masculine. She's sitting on his lap. Look at the arm. That arm right there sticking out. That's a masculine arm. That's a manly looking arm. And that's a manly looking face. There's 3 pyramids that shows up, which represent the male phallus. The inverted pyramid represent the feminine in yellow. 5, the male from the female, that Annie is not Annie but a male, a man. Wearing, as he was trying to describe, a head cap, do-rag. You will notice that there's a eye inside of the pyramid on Mary Magdalene's chest. Alright? And what I have circled in red represents the feminine energy, the vagina. The shoulder part represents the rose. The inverted pyramid represents the vagina. Next to the illuminated pyramid is the black pyramid, from darkness to light. The checker floor. The black pyramid represents the birth canal. A while back I showed you when we connected the John the Baptist painting to the Jesus painting, it showed the vagina and the mouth of a baby coming out of that mouth. This is what the black pyramid represents in connection to the black hand. Now we're going to get into that a little bit later, but what I want to speak on is the eyes. Notice the eyes of Mary. The colors that Mary is wearing is the same colors in the Last Supper. The red and the blue represents Virgo, you see, and Virgo represents the Virgin. Okay, as we move in and we look at the eyes of this baby eyes is black, is dark. Do you remember the painting of Mona Lisa? Mona Lisa eye, that same side that you see of this baby, is the puzzle piece that connects to Mona Lisa's eye, because it's a message. Let me explain to you. Let me show you what I mean. Here we go. Now, if you look at the eye of Mona Lisa on the right hand side, you see right here, right? This same eye that's dark is the same eye that so happened to fit into this slot right here of Mona Lisa. Yeah, let me show you. Look at the dark of the eye, the mystery of the eye, or how that dark eye of the baby connects and fit in the eye of the Mona Lisa. how it fit in the eye of Mona Lisa, because the message is saying that Mona Lisa is hiding the message, and the message is dealing with this baby, and this baby is dealing with something futuristic, that this baby is connected to sources, beings from different planets, that this baby is connected on many levels. Spiritually, it's a connection. And what I'm going to break down to you is going to amaze you even more, right? Because this baby that they have in this painting, let's go back to it, that this baby that you see in this painting, all of it is code talk. You see, this is a man, and his colors that you see that he's wearing is black. You see the cloth, the clothing, the black linen that he's wearing. It's not a female. You see? And then you see the gray, the black and the gray. And you see that Mary Magdalene is wearing the red and the blue. But what's even more powerful, you'll find out, then I'm going to break down to you that this is a hidden message. You see, that is a phallus. That represents the phallus of a male organ. And I'm going to break down to you that the feet that you see here, all right, that feet, if I could turn this painting, if I could turn it, because I'm using this to be able to speak and explain to you that there's a crossing over, okay? There's a crossing over of the feet. Notice how the baby right feet is connected to the right feet of the mother. And that why didn't Leonardo da Vinci paint the baby feet showing? Looking at the pyramid telling me to face up, I noticed the image of a black African facing up to identify black man. And it's showing the lamb, the crossing over. It's pyramidal, the crossing over. That crossing over, the lamb is connected to the baby. Because remember I explained to you that the baby represents the lamb. You see? And notice how the coloring of Mary arm of her garment changed dark. At that point, right between her leg, it ruffles up, like a veil, or rather like into the forehead, or the foreskin, You'll see right next to that part where it's ruffled up in the middle is to identify that middle point. This is why you see that slit there, that line there, that line that you see there. That line represents the vajayjay, that represents the vagina. You see? Because right above that line is likened to the rose, the red petal, the red rose. Leonardo da Vinci placed that ruffling right there is to identify the entry. This is why the holding of the baby, and the baby is connected to the mother, and how the phallus crossover at the cross point that I'll show you. The crossing right here. Crossing up at this point. Crossing up where this line that you see is, that connects into the vagina. The reason why there's a E that he drew to identify with the entering the vagina. It's talking about a sex act. You see, what you think is the virgin child and it's really a Virgo. The Virgo, the male and the female, the anointed one. The connection is talking about how magical this child is and how important this child is in sex act, sex magic. I'll show you more. Stay tuned. Remember, I showed you and told you that in the John the Baptist painting, it's male and female. Remember, I showed you that the half part of the face on the right-hand side is a male. And I explained to you the white of the eye and what it represents in the eye of a pyramid. Well, we know that this side is male. But what I'm going to show you, as I'd already told you and showed you, that this side is female. Now, remember I told you that the side of the neck represents the womb of a woman. The vagina, that represents the feminine, right? You will find this same representation, that puzzle, also in the virgin painting, was so-called supposed to be and but not and, that represents the Virgo sign, okay? The chosen child, all right? So what we're going to do is, I'm going to go here, all right? Now look, the same feature that you see that represents that slit there, it's the same thing that's showing between her by her leg. Well, in between her leg. All right. Now you will see that that has to be placed there not by mistake, but is delivering a message. This same slit that we see, it's the same slit that's also with the John the Baptist painting. For those of you who don't see exactly what I'm talking about when I say slit, I mean this area right here. It's the same thing that's being shown right here. All right. Now, there's no mistake. It's not by accident that has to be placed there. But I believe it's a message that's being, given. Is the reason why we see the opening, or I should say the vagina, that portal, because this baby is connected. This baby is the reason why you're seeing this baby in the Mona Lisa. The eyes that we always have seen, and you will see a lot of depictions of, they'll show pictures of Mona Lisa with the face of a gray or wearing a mask. But that eye that appears to be a mask is the eye of this baby. That black, dark eye of the baby. It's also the same dark eye that you've seen in the painting of Mona Lisa. But you'll also notice that in this painting, that you will see also is the eye, the same eye that's in the pyramid. The eye of the pyramid. Now you see this pyramidal formation with Mary and the baby, and how she's looking down, and in between the arm of what's supposed to be Anne is a pyramid. All right. Now I'm going to place that pyramid right there so you'll understand that that eye inside of this triangle is a pyramid, and her eye is over the pyramid. For y'all don't understand, let me show you that her eye right here, her eye is over the pyramid. Here, it's pyramidal. I can't make that up. And the baby is connected to this point. This dark eye of the baby, the melanated eye of the baby. Now, it's important that you understand that you will see that there is a veil. Okay? This part, I want you to understand that at this part right here, it stopped. Well, it don't necessarily stop, but it become ruffled, is what I'll explain it to you. You see, this part right here, let me move this out your way. This part right here has become ruffled because that represents the entering into, okay? Use this educational, and this is just for educational purpose only, to explain to you the mysteries of what's actually being said. And all this is important because it's connected to the baby. Looking, you can see that her legs is open, it's spread, and it's likened to someone being in between her legs. Look, Mary is wearing the colors of turquoise or powder blue on her far left-hand side. But on her right-hand side, why isn't it red like the dress that she have on? The color changed at that midpoint. At her legs is open, and you will see that she's straddling, she's riding him. Correction, she's sitting on his lap. And that is alluding to something. Let me show you something. Okay. At this point, what does that look to you? And this is for educational purpose only. Notice the lamb, that what appears to be the lamb leg, right? The lamb feet is crossing over and is connected to the feminine energy. And at that point, it also represents a pyramid, a crossing point. The baby feet is connected. That's why you don't see the baby feet, right? And you will see that the connection, the line that was drawn in the image of the Virgin, it's a line that was created there. It was a line that was placed there. So I just simply place the image right there at the line. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this part right here, there was a line placed here, right here. You see that line? So what I did was I just placed this barrier to show the connection and how it lines up. You see how it lines up? Because when you paint pictures. And for those who are mathematical, as Leonardo da Vinci is, he do his math, measurements, area, circumference, and all of this lines up. It connects, and then lines and connects to that area, the veil, this point, right? So let's line it up. Because I will show you in the painting that is just not me, but it also connects. All right. So let's go there. Let me show you the actual painting so you can see for yourself what I mean. So when we turn the image sideways, right? You turn it sideways, you will see that there is a line that connects, that shows at a stopping point. All right, right here. So this will be the line so that you can see exactly where I'm coming from. Because you have certain people who just, some can't see what's actually being shown right here at this point. You see? That point right there. And the ruffling, the barrier at this point right here to identify the entry. Okay. All right, so let's get rid of that. And let me explain to you a little bit more. Now let me show you that in that picture of the Virgin Mary and the child next to the lamb, you will notice when Mary's looking down that in the gap between the man, who I consider to be a man, arm in a triangle, right, like gesture, is also identifying with the triangle, the pyramid. You will see that the pyramid form is being shown next to the Mary eye. Her eye is above the pyramid. And you will notice that you will see that same pyramid next to Mary's face that I have here, which is the John the Baptist painting with the eye over the pyramid. Let me show you this. I can't make this up. You see? That is indeed a pyramid. That's a pyramid. The eye right here, that eye, the same pyramid is right here to identify the ancient ones watching and seeing over this chosen child. Now, what caught my attention even more about that picture is that the child face, the child is totally different than the mother as far as the eyes go. And it caught my attention even more that the child hair is woolly like the lamb. Let me show you what I mean. That the child hair, see, the child hair is woolly just like the lamb. You know, they say that in the book, it says that he had hair of wool, right? Notice the curliness of the hair. The same curliness of the hair. Right here. And the same curliness of the hair. Right here. But what is this? What is this right here? That's on. Let me leave that there. What is it that's on the baby head? What is that? Why would there be a horn? At least that's what it looked like to me on the side of the baby face. Is the baby receding that bad that it's showing? What you think? I don't know, man. It tickled me to death. But this is a very powerful imagery. As you can see, that even the lamb crossing his leg, crossing the right leg in the same right leg of the baby, and the right leg of the mother is a three messages being given: past, present, and future. You see? Stay tuned for more.